The Eurasian mountain lion, Puma pardoides, also known as the Eurasian puma, is an extinct species that lived during the Pleistocene epoch, approximately 1.8 million years ago, to around 11,000 years ago. This ancient feline is considered an early relative of the modern puma, Puma concolor, and was part of the subfamily Felinae, which includes smaller and mid-sized cats. History and evolution. Puma pardoides is believed to have evolved in Eurasia and is closely related to the North American Puma concolor. Its ancestors likely migrated between continents via the Bering Land Bridge during periods of lower sea levels in the Pliocene or early Pleistocene. The species thrived in diverse habitats ranging from forests to open grasslands, adapting to the cooler and variable climates of the Pleistocene. As a medium-sized predator, Puma pardoides likely occupied a similar ecological niche to the modern puma. It preyed on a variety of herbivorous mammals, including deer, smaller ungulates, and possibly young of larger species like mammoths or woolly rhinoceroses. The extinction of Puma pardoides around 11,000 years ago coincided with the end of the last ice age and the Pleistocene megafaunal extinctions. The combined pressures of climate change and competition with other predators, such as lions, Panthera spelaea, and humans, likely contributed to its demise. Geographic range Puma pardoides had a wide distribution across Eurasia, particularly in regions with open or semi-open habitats that supported sufficient prey populations. Fossil remains have been discovered in Europe, France, Spain, Italy, Germany, and Eastern Europe, Asia, parts of China, Central Asia, and possibly the Middle East, Siberia. Evidence suggests they ranged into colder climates, but may have been limited by extreme glacial conditions. This species occupied a variety of habitats, including temperate forests, grasslands and savannas, mountainous regions. Its adaptability likely allowed it to thrive in a range of environments during the fluctuating climates of the Pleistocene. A speculative range map for Puma pardoides during its existence, 1.8 Maya 11,000 years ago, would cover much of Europe, Central Asia, and parts of East Asia, extending into Siberia and the Middle East. The map below shows an approximate range based on fossil records: western boundary, Iberian Peninsula and France; eastern boundary, East Asia, possibly including parts of modern China; northern boundary, southern Siberia; southern boundary, Middle East, and possibly northern India. The Eurasian mountain lion, Puma pardoides, was a versatile predator that occupied a mid-sized carnivore niche in the diverse ecosystems of Eurasia during the Pleistocene epoch. Its interactions with other predators and prey were shaped by competition, predation pressures, and environmental changes. Diet and hunting behavior. As a medium-sized predator, Puma pardoides likely had a flexible and opportunistic diet, similar to modern pumas, Puma concolor. Its prey consisted of a range of small to medium-sized herbivores, including deer species, for example, red deer, roe deer, antelope and gazelles, wild boar, smaller ungulates, such as chamois and ibex, juvenile members of larger herbivores, such as bison, horses or mammoths. It likely relied on stealth and ambush tactics to hunt, using its powerful limbs to pounce on prey and deliver a killing bite to the neck or throat. Interactions with other predators. The Pleistocene ecosystems were filled with formidable competitors, which created a dynamic predator guild. Here's how Puma pardoides might have interacted with these species. Lions, Panthera spelaea. The cave lion, a subspecies of lion, was one of the dominant predators in Europe and Asia. Cave lions were much larger than Puma pardoides and likely targeted larger prey such as bison, horses and mammoths. While the two species likely coexisted, Puma pardoides would have avoided direct confrontation, focusing on smaller prey and scavenging from cave lion kills when possible. Leopards, Panthera pardus. Leopards shared similar prey preferences and were comparable in size to Puma pardoides. The two species likely had overlapping ecological niches, leading to direct competition in forested or rocky habitats. Leopards, being more powerful, may have occasionally displaced Puma pardoides from kills. European jaguars, Panthera gombatsogensis. The European jaguar was larger and more robust, capable of taking down larger prey. Jaguars often inhabited denser forest areas, which may have reduced direct competition with Puma pardoides. Puma pardoides likely avoided areas dominated by jaguars to minimize encounters. Cave hyenas, Crocuta spelaea, cave hyenas were among the most formidable scavengers and predators in Eurasia. They hunted in packs and scavenged kills from other predators. Cave hyenas could easily displace Puma pardoides from its kills. Puma likely adopted stealthy feeding behaviors and scavenged hyena kills opportunistically. Wolves, Canis lupus spelaeus. Wolves hunted in packs and targeted medium-sized herbivores, which likely overlapped with the prey base of Puma pardoides. Wolves and Puma pardoides would have competed for similar resources. However, wolves' social structure allowed them to dominate in open habitats, while the solitary Puma pardoides likely preferred forested or rocky terrains. Cave bears, Ursus spelaeus. Cave bears were predominantly herbivorous, but could have scavenged kills during harsh winters. Direct competition was minimal, though Puma pardoides might have occasionally scavenged carcasses of cave bears or been displaced from kills by aggressive individuals. Tigers, Panthera tigris. Tigers roamed parts of Asia and might have overlapped with Puma pardoides in regions like the Caucasus or Central Asia. Tigers, being larger and more powerful than mountain lions, would have likely been dominant in any overlap. There might have been competition for similar prey, but tigers would generally have had the advantage in direct encounters due to their size and strength. Snow leopards, Panthera uncia. Snow leopards inhabited the mountainous regions of Eurasia and would have shared some of the same range as the mountain lion, especially in regions like Central Asia. Snow leopards, being more adapted to colder, rocky environments, would likely have had a different ecological niche. The two species might have coexisted with little direct competition, as the snow leopard primarily hunted smaller prey in rugged, high-altitude environments, while the mountain lion hunted larger ungulates in lower elevations. Cheetahs, Achinonyx jubatus. Cheetahs were present in Eurasia during the Pleistocene, particularly in more open, grassland environments. Cheetahs specialize in speed to hunt medium-sized ungulates. While Puma pardoides was more powerful and stealthy, cheetahs would have hunted in a different way, using their speed to catch prey. The two might have coexisted in the same ecosystems, but would have focused on different hunting strategies and prey.
Rewilding American mountain lions, Puma Concolor in Eurasia, could offer numerous ecological, environmental, and socio-economic benefits. While the Eurasian mountain lion, Puma pardoides, has been extinct for thousands of years, introducing the American mountain lion into suitable habitats in Eurasia would provide a number of positive impacts, particularly in restoring biodiversity and ecosystem balance. Here are some key benefits. Restoration of apex. Predator role. As an apex predator, the American mountain lion plays a critical role in controlling populations of herbivores, such as deer, wild boar, and other smaller mammals. By reintroducing mountain lions into ecosystems where large herbivores are overabundant, these predators could help maintain the balance of vegetation and prevent overgrazing, which can lead to soil erosion and biodiversity loss. The presence of mountain lions would likely trigger a trophic cascade, a process where the impacts of apex predators ripple through the ecosystem. For example, reduced herbivore populations would allow for regrowth of vegetation, which would benefit other wildlife such as birds, insects, and smaller mammals. This could lead to healthier, more diverse ecosystems. Control of overabundant species. In many parts of Eurasia, populations of ungulates like red deer, wild boar, and moose have grown significantly due to the absence of large predators. This has resulted in negative effects on plant life, forest regeneration, and agricultural crops. Mountain lions would help manage these populations, preventing overgrazing and supporting the regeneration of forested areas. Prey population health. By hunting weaker individuals, mountain lions would contribute to the health and fitness of prey populations, reducing the risk of overpopulation and the spread of disease. Total native deer population in Europe, over 20 million, mainly roe and red deer, and non-native deer population is around 500,000–1 million, mostly from species like sika and muntjac deer. There are around 15 million wild boars across Europe. Biodiversity enhancement. The presence of an apex predator like the mountain lion can indirectly support other predators by reducing competition and creating a more balanced food web. For example, mountain lions would reduce populations of smaller predators like foxes and golden jackal, which can compete with other carnivores for food. The mountain lion's presence in ecosystems could lead to the restoration of areas where vegetation has been degraded by overgrazing. As herbivore populations are controlled, plants and trees could regenerate, creating new habitats for various species, improving the overall biodiversity of the region. Tourism and wildlife observation. Reintroducing American mountain lions into parts of Eurasia could stimulate ecotourism. Tourists would travel to witness the majestic predators in their natural environment, generating revenue for local economies and encouraging conservation efforts. Increased public awareness. Rewilding efforts often bring attention to the importance of conservation and the need to protect endangered species. Public interest in mountain lions could lead to broader efforts to protect other species and habitats, fostering a culture of conservation. Supporting climate goals. Healthy ecosystems with balanced predator-prey dynamics can sequester more carbon. Mountain lions help protect forests and grasslands by preventing overgrazing, indirectly contributing to carbon storage and climate change mitigation. Mitigating human-wildlife conflicts. Unlike wolves or bears, mountain lions are elusive and tend to avoid humans. They could help reduce conflicts indirectly by controlling prey populations that often come into contact with humans, such as deer and boar. This could lower the risk of vehicle collisions with large animals and agricultural damage. Filling a historical niche. Puma pardoides, an ancient relative of the mountain lion, once roamed Eurasia. Reintroducing Puma Concolor would restore a similar predator to Eurasian ecosystems, filling a gap left since the extinction of its ancestor approximately 11,000 years ago. The reintroduction would simulate natural predator-prey dynamics that existed during the Pleistocene, contributing to a more balanced ecosystem. Challenges and considerations. While the benefits are substantial, there are challenges to consider in rewilding mountain lions in Eurasia. Human acceptance. Communities living near rewilded areas may fear predation on livestock or humans, despite mountain lions' elusive nature. Habitat suitability. Mountain lions require large territories, so careful habitat assessments would be necessary to ensure viable populations. Potential competition. Existing predators in Eurasia, such as wolves, leopards, and lynxes, might compete with mountain lions for prey. Coexistence strategies would need to be explored. Genetic diversity. A sufficient population size would need to be introduced to ensure genetic health and long-term viability. Reintroducing the American mountain lion to Eurasia could restore ecological functions lost with the extinction of Puma pardoides. By regulating prey populations, fostering biodiversity, and promoting healthy ecosystems, mountain lions could have a transformative impact on Eurasian landscapes. However, a thoughtful, science-based approach involving habitat suitability studies, community engagement, and predator management would be essential for a successful rewilding project.
Rewilding American mountain lions, Puma Concolor in Europe, is a complex process, and while it may offer significant ecological benefits, it requires a carefully planned approach to address both the suitability of locations and the challenges posed by the reintroduction. Here's an analysis of where mountain lions could potentially be rewilded in Europe, the reasons why certain areas are suitable, the benefits, and how to address the challenges. Where to rewild mountain lions in Europe? The Iberian Peninsula, Spain and Portugal. Suitability. The Iberian Peninsula offers large, varied landscapes, including forests, scrublands, and mountains. The Pyrenees and Sierra de Gredos are areas with relatively low human density and large herbivore populations, for example, red deer, wild boar, and Iberian goats, and the region has some isolated wilderness areas and is already home to wolves and bears. These landscapes could support a rewilded population of mountain lions. Why suitable? The Iberian Peninsula historically had large carnivores, such as lions, jaguars, hyenas, and leopards, and the ecological systems are somewhat adapted to large predators. Benefits. Restoring predator-prey dynamics could reduce overpopulation of herbivores, benefiting forests and crops. Additionally, mountain lions could help control wild boar populations, which are a growing problem in the region. Southern France, Cevennes, Pyrenees. Suitability. Similar to the Iberian Peninsula, southern France has a mix of rugged mountains, forests, and agricultural land. The Cevennes National Park and the Pyrenees are large areas with low human population densities and an abundance of deer, wild boar, and smaller prey animals. Why suitable? These areas have already hosted large predators in the past, such as the lynx and wolves, and the land may be ecologically prepared for large carnivores. Benefits: mountain lions could reduce pressure on native prey species like red deer and wild boar, enhancing vegetation growth and supporting biodiversity. The Alps, France, Switzerland, Italy, Austria. Suitability: the Alps provide diverse ecosystems with rugged terrains and abundant prey species, including chamois, red deer, and wild boar. While the region is densely populated in some areas, there are still pockets of low human presence, particularly in the higher altitudes. Why suitable? The mountains are home to species of similar size, such as wolves and brown bears and Eurasian lynx, which could provide a similar ecological niche for mountain lions. Benefits: the rewilding of mountain lions would help manage herbivore populations and potentially reduce the damage caused by wild boar, which is a growing concern in agricultural and forested areas. Scandinavia, Norway, Sweden, Finland. Suitability: Scandinavia offers large, sparsely populated areas with substantial forest cover. The region has been historically home to wolves, lynxes, and brown bears, and the current predator populations could coexist with mountain lions. Why suitable? These areas also support large herbivores such as moose and reindeer, which could serve as prey for mountain lions. Benefits: mountain lions could help manage the herbivore populations, particularly moose, which are increasing in some parts of Scandinavia. They could also help prevent overgrazing in the forests. Eastern Europe, Romania, Bulgaria, Ukraine. Suitability: the Carpathian Mountains and the forests of Romania are home to brown bears, wolves, and lynxes, making them an ideal location for reintroducing large carnivores. Why suitable? Eastern Europe offers an abundant prey base, for example, wild boar, deer, wild horses, and relatively low human density in some parts. Benefits: mountain lions could help regulate herbivore populations and restore ecological balance in a region that has historically supported large predators. Benefits of rewilding mountain lions in Europe: mountain lions can regulate the populations of herbivores like deer, wild boar, and small mammals, preventing overgrazing and preserving plant life, which in turn supports biodiversity. By managing herbivore populations, mountain lions help maintain diverse ecosystems, supporting a range of plant and animal species that depend on healthy vegetation. Reintroducing mountain lions helps restore natural food webs, which were disrupted by the loss of large predators over centuries. Healthy predator-prey dynamics support balanced ecosystems, where prey species are controlled in a way that benefits vegetation, small mammals, and other wildlife. By controlling herbivore populations, mountain lions can reduce the damage caused to crops and forests by species like wild boar and deer, potentially reducing the need for human intervention, for example, culling. Predator reintroduction supports a more diverse ecosystem, including small mammals, birds, and plants, by preventing herbivore overpopulation. Over time, restored ecosystems can lead to increased species richness and the regeneration of habitats. The rewilding of mountain lions can be an attractive draw for ecotourism, providing opportunities for local communities to benefit from the presence of large predators through wildlife watching, guided tours, and educational programs. Challenges of rewilding mountain lions in Europe and solutions: human-wildlife conflict. Challenge: the fear of mountain lions attacking livestock or even humans could create resistance from local communities. Solution: implementing strategies such as livestock, guardian animals, for example dogs, electric fences, and compensation programs for livestock loss could help alleviate concerns. Education campaigns highlighting the rarity of attacks and the benefits of mountain lions to ecosystems would also help. Habitat suitability and fragmentation. Challenge: European landscapes have become fragmented due to urbanization and agriculture, which may limit the mountain lion's ability to establish large territories. Solution: create wildlife corridors to connect fragmented habitats, and ensure that mountain lions have enough space to roam and hunt. These corridors would allow the movement of not just mountain lions, but also other species, improving overall ecosystem connectivity. Competition with existing carnivores. Challenge: mountain lions may face competition from established predators like wolves, lynxes, and brown bears, which already occupy similar ecological niches. Solution: carefully select rewilding sites where mountain lions can coexist with other predators. This could include areas where wolf populations are not overly dense, or where there is a sufficient prey base to support multiple predator species. Monitoring the success of interactions between species would be essential. Genetic diversity. Challenge: reintroducing a small population of mountain lions could lead to inbreeding and reduced genetic diversity. Solution: introduce a genetically diverse population to ensure long-term health and adaptability. Collaboration with other rewilding programs could also involve genetic management strategies, such as introducing individuals from other populations over time. Rewilding American mountain lions in Europe can be a valuable ecological strategy, contributing to biodiversity, ecosystem restoration, and the management of herbivore populations. Key areas like the Iberian Peninsula, southern France, and the Carpathian Mountains offer suitable environments with abundant prey and relatively low human impact. While there are challenges related to human-wildlife conflict, habitat fragmentation, and competition with other carnivores, these can be mitigated through thoughtful planning, wildlife corridors, community engagement, and effective management strategies. With careful implementation, mountain lions could play a crucial role in restoring Europe's natural ecosystems. The Dinaric Alps are suitable for rewilding American mountain lions. Suitable habitat. The Dinaric Alps feature a mix of rugged, mountainous terrain and forested areas, which are ideal habitats for mountain lions. They require large territories, and the relatively low human population density in parts of the Dinaric Alps provides opportunities for such animals to roam freely. These areas are home to deer populations like red deer, roe deer, and wild boar, which provide the primary food sources for mountain lions. This natural prey base makes the Dinaric Alps an appropriate location to support mountain lion populations. The mountainous and forested landscape allows for the ambush hunting style of the mountain lion, offering sufficient cover for stalking and hunting. Historical context. Puma pardoides, the ancient Eurasian mountain lion, once roamed the area during the Pleistocene, and the reintroduction of its American relative would restore a similar predator to the ecosystem. The ecological niches and predator-prey relationships that were lost with the extinction of Puma pardoides can be partially filled by Puma concolor, whose behavior and prey preferences are similar. Low human population density. Much of the Dinaric Alps is sparsely populated, reducing the chances of human-wildlife conflict compared to other regions in Europe. The relatively low levels of infrastructure development make it easier to establish wildlife corridors and protect areas for mountain lions to thrive. Areas for rewilding mountain lions in Russia. Rewilding American mountain lions, Puma concolor in Russia, where the Eurasian mountain lion, Puma pardoides, once roamed, presents a unique opportunity to restore ecological balance and enhance biodiversity. Given the historical context of mountain lions in the region and the current ecological conditions, Russia offers several suitable areas for the reintroduction of mountain lions, although there are both benefits and challenges that need to be addressed. The Russian Far East, Primorsky Krai, Amur region. Suitability. This region is sparsely populated and offers vast, rugged terrain with diverse ecosystems, including temperate forests, mountains, and river valleys. The Sikhote-Alin Mountains and the Amur River Basin are home to diverse prey species and large carnivores, such as the Amur tiger and Amur leopards, wolves, bears, Eurasian lynx. Why suitable? The Far East is historically where large predators such as the Eurasian mountain lion once roamed. The terrain is still largely suitable for mountain lions, with relatively low human density in remote areas. There are abundant prey species like wild boar, red deer, and sika deer. Benefits. Reintroducing mountain lions could help reduce overpopulation of herbivores like wild boar and deer, which cause damage to crops and natural vegetation. Additionally, the presence of mountain lions could help balance predator-prey dynamics, supporting a healthier ecosystem. The Caucasus Mountains suitability. The Caucasus is a mountainous region with a mix of forests, alpine meadows, and high-altitude habitats. This region already supports large predators like the Caucasian leopard and brown bears, wolves, Eurasian lynx. It is sparsely populated in many areas, with a diverse mix of prey species, including wild boar, red deer, bison, and chamois. Why suitable? The historical presence of large carnivores in this region, combined with available prey species and rugged terrain, makes the Caucasus Mountains a promising area for reintroducing mountain lions. Benefits. The reintroduction of mountain lions could help regulate populations of wild boar, red deer, and other herbivores, contributing to the restoration of native vegetation and reducing human-wildlife conflict related to crop damage. The Altai Mountains, southern Siberia. Suitability. The Altai Mountains are known for their rugged terrain, forests, and wide variety of wildlife. This region, which borders Kazakhstan, Mongolia, and China, has relatively low human population density and provides an environment suitable for large predators. Why suitable? The region already supports species like snow leopards and wolves, bears, Eurasian lynx, wolverine, and possibility of the Tien Shan Dole, Asiatic wild dog, which indicates that the ecosystem can support other large carnivores. Prey species such as deer, wild boar, Argali sheep, bison, and Mongolian gazelle are abundant here. Benefits. Rewilding mountain lions in this region could help regulate prey populations, particularly in places where wild boar and deer populations are too high, causing damage to local vegetation and agricultural land. Challenges and how to solve them. Challenge. As with any large predator, the presence of mountain lions could result in attacks on livestock, causing tension with local farmers and ranchers. Solution? Implement compensation schemes for lost livestock, educate local communities about mountain lion behavior, and use livestock guardian animals, for example dogs, and electric fences to protect animals. Additionally, mountain lions could be reintroduced in areas with minimal livestock farming. Competition with other large carnivores. Challenge. There is the potential for competition with native predators such as wolves, brown bears, Siberian tigers, Amur leopards, Eurasian lynx, and snow leopards. Solution. Conduct careful ecological assessments to ensure that suitable territories are chosen for rewilding, where mountain lions can coexist without depleting food resources for other predators. This could include areas where prey populations are sufficiently large to support multiple predators. Rewilding American mountain lions in Russia is feasible in areas such as Siberian taiga, the Altai Mountains, and the Russian Far East, where suitable prey exists and large carnivores historically thrived. The benefits include improved ecological balance, reduced herbivore overpopulation, and the restoration of natural predator-prey dynamics. With appropriate management, the rewilding of mountain lions could restore key ecological functions and enhance biodiversity across Russia. Where to rewild American mountain lions in Asia and India? Rewilding American mountain lions, Puma Concolor, in Asia and India, particularly in areas where the Eurasian mountain lion, Puma Pardoides, was historically native, is an ambitious but potentially valuable ecological restoration project. Let's examine suitable areas, the benefits, the challenges, and the solutions, as well as the prey and predator dynamics in these regions. Himalayan region, India, Nepal, Bhutan, and Tibet. Suitability. The Himalayas offer rugged terrain and an abundance of prey species. The region has a mix of forests, alpine meadows, and steep cliffs, which would provide excellent habitats for mountain lions. Why suitable? The Himalayan foothills are known to have supported large carnivores like snow leopards, tigers, leopards, and wolves, and the diverse ecosystems could accommodate a variety of prey species such as blue sheep, wild boar, muntjac, and sambar deer. Benefits. Reintroducing mountain lions could help regulate populations of herbivores like wild boar, which have become invasive in some areas. Additionally, controlling the number of sambar deer and muntjac could support healthier forest ecosystems by reducing overgrazing. Western Ghats, India. Suitability. The Western Ghats is a biodiversity hotspot with dense forests, rugged hills, and a variety of wildlife. The region supports large carnivores like tigers, leopards, Asiatic wild dogs, sloth bear, and has an abundance of prey species such as deer and wild boar. Why suitable? Historically, the Eurasian mountain lion may have ranged into the more temperate parts of northern India, and the Western Ghats offers suitable habitat for reintroducing mountain lions due to its mix of dense forests and open landscapes, with a high density of prey species. Benefits. Rewilding mountain lions could assist in managing herbivore populations like wild boar, which damage crops and forests. Mountain lions would also reduce competition between other large predators by controlling the prey base more effectively, allowing for a more balanced predator-prey relationship. Central Asia, Mongolia and Kazakhstan. Suitability. The steppe and desert landscapes of Central Asia with mountainous regions can be suitable habitats for mountain lions. These areas have herbivore populations such as wild boar, deer, and saiga antelope, which could support large predators. Why suitable? Historically, the Eurasian mountain lion was found across these areas. The dry, open landscapes can support species like ibex and wild sheep, which could be targeted by reintroduced mountain lions. Benefits. Introducing mountain lions to this region could reduce pressure on vegetation and improve grazing management by controlling herbivore populations. They could help control species like wild boar and deer.
The interaction between American mountain lions, Puma concolor, and leopards, Panthera pardus, in regions like Siberia, India, and the Caucasus would largely depend on factors like habitat overlap, prey availability, and the presence of other predators. Both species are apex predators in their respective ranges, but they occupy slightly different ecological niches and have different behavioral traits, which can lead to both competition and coexistence in certain environments. Interaction dynamics in Siberia. Amur leopards tend to inhabit temperate forests, mixed forests, and mountain regions, much like the mountain lion's habitat preference in the Americas. These areas often have dense vegetation, providing cover for both predators and rugged terrain for stalking and ambushing prey. Overlap in habitat could lead to territorial competition. Both leopards and mountain lions would target similar prey species, including deer, for example, sika deer, muntjac, wild boar, and hare. In places like Siberia, where herbivore populations can be limited by harsh winters, overhunting could lead to scarcity of food resources for both predators. The mountain lion is a more solitary animal than the leopard, which could reduce direct conflict. However, mountain lions tend to be more adaptable to various environments, ranging from forests to deserts, which could give them an advantage in outcompeting leopards in some areas. However, leopards, being highly adaptable and opportunistic, are known for their ability to climb trees and hunt in dense forests, which could help them avoid direct confrontations with mountain lions by taking refuge in trees or using vertical space to escape. While territorial disputes are possible, the two species may avoid each other through spatial segregation, with mountain lions preferring more open forested regions and leopards choosing denser forest cover. This could reduce direct competition for resources and allow both species to coexist in a broader landscape. In India, the leopard is a widespread species found across the country, including forests, grasslands, and mountainous regions. American mountain lions would be introduced into an area already inhabited by a variety of large carnivores, including tigers, wolves, and leopards, and the dynamic between mountain lions and leopards in such a setting would likely be complex. Interaction dynamics in India, the Western Ghats, Himalayas, and other mountainous regions could provide habitat for both species. However, leopards in India are typically found in denser forests and areas with more human settlement. Mountain lions, while adaptable, are more commonly associated with open forests, grasslands, and rugged hills, and might be more prevalent in less densely populated regions. Both species would likely prey on a similar range of animals in India, including wild boar, chital, spotted deer, sambar, and muntjac. Mountain lions could also target larger herbivores like nilgai antelope and cattle, while leopards generally hunt smaller prey and are known for scavenging as well as hunting medium-sized mammals. The leopard is a very agile climber and often takes prey into trees to avoid competition from larger carnivores. This ability could give leopards an advantage in dense forest environments where vertical space is available for safety. On the other hand, mountain lions might prefer more open, rocky terrain where they can utilize their stealth and speed. Conflict would likely arise when both species compete for the same prey in shared habitats, but they may avoid direct confrontation by hunting at different times of day or by hunting different sizes or types of prey. Mountain lions are solitary and elusive, and they may prefer to hunt at night or dusk, as do leopards. They might coexist in areas where food is abundant, but in areas of prey depletion, territorial disputes or direct competition may occur. Mountain lions are capable of handling larger prey, for example wild boar or deer, compared to leopards, which might lead to an ecological role where mountain lions can help control the population of larger herbivores, indirectly reducing competition for smaller prey species. The Caucasus. The Caucasus region, which stretches across Russia, Georgia, Armenia, and Azerbaijan, offers a mix of mountainous and forested landscapes that could be suitable for both American mountain lions and leopards, particularly the Persian leopard. Interaction dynamics in the Caucasus. The Persian leopard is found in the Caucasus and is adapted to mountainous and forested areas. If mountain lions were reintroduced into this area, they would likely overlap with Persian leopards, as both species prefer rugged terrain and are opportunistic hunters. The Caucasus region is home to large herbivores such as wild boar, deer, and turkey, which could serve as prey for both predators. This overlap in prey could lead to direct competition, especially in regions where prey density is lower. Like leopards in other regions, Persian leopards are strong climbers and are adept at taking prey into trees to avoid larger predators, whereas mountain lions would likely utilize the ground more, using stealth and ambush tactics. As with Siberia and India, this behavioral difference might reduce direct conflict by allowing both species to exploit different aspects of the same habitat. Similar to other regions, mountain lions and Persian leopards may coexist in the Caucasus by occupying different ecological niches. The key to their coexistence would be ensuring that both species have sufficient prey resources and that human-wildlife conflict is minimized. Key takeaways on the interaction between mountain lions and leopards in these regions. Territorial competition. Both species are territorial and solitary hunters, so direct conflict is possible when their territories overlap, particularly in areas with limited prey. However, they may avoid direct competition by maintaining spatial or temporal separation. Prey availability. In regions like Siberia, India, and the Caucasus, prey species like deer, wild boar, and goats are abundant, which could reduce the likelihood of intense competition. However, both species could face challenges in areas with prey depletion. Behavioral niche. Mountain lions tend to hunt on the ground using stealth, whereas leopards often use trees to hide and consume their prey. This difference in behavior could allow the two species to reduce conflict and even coexist in overlapping habitats by selecting different hunting strategies. Coexistence. Both species are opportunistic, and while they may compete for prey, they are adaptable. Effective conservation strategies would ensure that prey populations are sufficient, habitats are protected, and human-wildlife conflict is minimized, allowing these two apex predators to coexist. Ecological roles. Both species would help control populations of herbivores and smaller predators, contributing to the overall health of ecosystems. However, management of their populations would be essential to avoid overhunting and competition for limited resources. By carefully managing these interactions, it might be possible to reintroduce American mountain lions to regions of Siberia, India, and the Caucasus, while ensuring their coexistence with leopards and other native predators. The interaction between American mountain lions, Puma concolor, and snow leopards, Panthera uncia, in regions like India, China, and Central Asia would be shaped by similar factors such as habitat overlap, prey availability, and the presence of other predators. Both are apex predators in their respective ecosystems, but they occupy distinct ecological niches which could allow for coexistence or result in competition, depending on the specific region and circumstances. Central Asia and the Altai Mountains, southern Siberia. In the Altai Mountains and similar regions in Central Asia, both snow leopards and American mountain lions would face some overlap in habitat preferences, particularly in mountainous areas with rugged terrain, rocky outcrops, and forested slopes. However, the ecological dynamics between the two species would vary due to differences in their behavior and prey choices. Interaction dynamics. Snow leopards are typically found in rugged, rocky, and high-altitude regions, often above 3,000 meters, where they are adapted to the harsh conditions of cold temperatures and steep terrains. American mountain lions, while adaptable to a variety of habitats including forests, grasslands, and mountainous regions, might find similar terrain in lower altitudes, especially in the foothills of the Altai. The overlap in these rugged mountainous environments could lead to potential territorial competition. Both species would target similar prey in these regions, such as wild boar, roe deer, ibex, and smaller mammals like marmots. While snow leopards tend to focus on smaller to medium-sized ungulates, such as the Siberian ibex, mountain lions also target large herbivores, including deer and wild boar, which could increase competition for food resources. This competition would be particularly evident in areas where prey density is low. Snow leopards are exceptional climbers and often drag their prey into trees or steep cliffs to avoid scavengers and other predators. They tend to hunt alone and are highly elusive, utilizing their stealth to ambush prey. Mountain lions also employ ambush tactics and are solitary hunters, but they tend to use the ground more than snow leopards, ambushing prey in dense forests or open landscapes. This behavioral difference could reduce direct competition, with snow leopards using their climbing ability to access prey in vertical spaces, while mountain lions remain on the ground. Despite potential competition for similar prey, both species are highly solitary and tend to avoid direct confrontation by occupying slightly different ecological niches. Snow leopards, with their preference for higher, rockier areas, and mountain lions, which may favor more forested or open terrains, could coexist in regions like the Altai Mountains through spatial segregation. Additionally, mountain lions might be more adaptable to a variety of habitats, potentially giving them an advantage in certain environments, while snow leopards are better suited to the harsh, cold climates of high-altitude areas. Key takeaways on the interaction between mountain lions and snow leopards. Habitat overlap. While both species are apex predators in their regions, snow leopards typically inhabit higher-altitude, rugged, rocky terrains, whereas mountain lions may prefer more varied landscapes, including forests and lower altitudes, which could reduce direct competition. Prey availability. Both species share similar prey, including wild ungulates and smaller mammals, which could result in competition for resources. However, their ability to exploit different aspects of the habitat, climbing versus ground ambush, could reduce direct conflicts. Behavioral niche. Snow leopards are adept climbers and often take their prey to higher ground for safety, whereas mountain lions use stealth and ground-based ambush tactics. This difference in hunting strategies could enable the two species to coexist by minimizing direct interaction. Coexistence and spatial segregation. By occupying different ecological niches, mountain lions and snow leopards could potentially coexist in overlapping habitats. Effective management of prey populations and habitat preservation would be key to ensuring both species thrive in these regions. Overall, while direct interaction between American mountain lions and snow leopards would be rare due to their different hunting styles and habitat preferences, both species could coexist in regions where their territories and prey species overlap, particularly with proper conservation and management strategies. The interaction between American mountain lions, Puma concolor, and Eurasian lynx, lynx in Europe and Asia would be influenced by factors such as habitat overlap, prey availability, and behavioral differences. Both species are solitary apex predators, but they occupy slightly different ecological niches and have distinct hunting styles. Siberia and Central Asia offer vast, rugged terrains with dense forests and mountain ranges that could support both American mountain lions and Eurasian lynx. The Eurasian lynx is found in temperate forests, taiga, and mountainous regions, which could overlap with potential habitats for reintroduced mountain lions. Interaction dynamics in Siberia and Central Asia. Eurasian lynx prefer dense, cold forests and remote mountainous regions with heavy snowfall during winter. Mountain lions are also adaptable, occupying a range of habitats from forests to rocky terrain and even deserts, so their range could overlap in some regions. However, Eurasian lynx typically avoid more open, less forested spaces that mountain lions favor, such as scrublands or the fringes of forests. Both species primarily target medium-sized mammals, including deer, such as red deer, roe deer, and sika deer, wild boar, and smaller mammals like hares. Eurasian lynx are especially known for hunting roe deer and hares, while mountain lions tend to focus on larger prey, such as elk and wild boar, though they may also take similar, smaller mammals. Competition for food could arise in areas where prey populations are dense, particularly in habitats that overlap. However, lynx are more specialized for hunting smaller prey and have evolved to take advantage of their superior climbing ability to ambush prey in trees or thick cover. Mountain lions, while skilled at climbing, are more adept at stalking on the ground and can tackle larger prey. Their ability to take down bigger animals like wild boar could give them an edge in competition over larger herbivores. The lynx is a more secretive and elusive hunter compared to the larger and more powerful mountain lion. While both are solitary, the lynx is known to be more nocturnal and specialized in stalking prey in dense forest cover, whereas mountain lions have a broader range of hunting behaviors and can use both cover and open spaces effectively. This could lead to niche partitioning, with lynx taking refuge in the densest forests and mountain lions using more open, rocky terrains or higher elevations. Although competition for prey could occur, the two species may coexist if they occupy slightly different ecological niches. Eurasian lynx could focus on smaller prey in forested or dense areas, while mountain lions could target larger prey in more open areas. The key to peaceful coexistence would likely involve maintaining sufficient prey availability and ensuring that human-wildlife conflict is minimized in these expansive regions. The Eurasian lynx is found in various parts of Eastern Europe, including the Carpathian Mountains, the Balkans, and parts of the Alps. If mountain lions were reintroduced to this region, their interaction with Eurasian lynx could be influenced by the topography and prey density in these areas. Interaction dynamics in Eastern Europe. The dense forests of the Carpathian Mountains, which are home to both lynx and deer populations, could overlap with potential habitats for mountain lions. The terrain is varied, with both open and dense forest areas offering opportunities for both species. However, mountain lions tend to prefer more open, rugged terrain, which might reduce overlap in some areas. The prey species in Eastern Europe are similar to those found in Siberia, with a focus on deer, wild boar, and smaller mammals. Both species would likely target roe deer, red deer, wild boar, and smaller animals like rabbits and hares. Competition for these resources might arise in certain areas with a high concentration of prey, but both predators can also rely on a range of smaller animals if larger prey is scarce. The lynx's agility and preference for dense forest cover could give it an advantage in areas with thick vegetation and ample tree cover, allowing it to hunt more effectively in these spaces. In contrast, mountain lions might prefer more open terrain, where their stealth and ability to cover large distances help them hunt larger prey more effectively. Similar to Siberia and Central Asia, mountain lions and Eurasian lynx could coexist in parts of Eastern Europe by occupying slightly different ecological niches. Eurasian lynx might focus on hunting smaller prey in dense forests, while mountain lions might prefer more open landscapes with larger prey species. The avoidance of direct competition through spatial and prey differentiation would likely facilitate coexistence. In regions like the Alps and Northern Europe, where both Eurasian lynx and other large carnivores such as wolves exist, the interaction between mountain lions and lynx could be more complex. Interaction dynamics in the Alps and Northern Europe. The Alps offer a mixture of dense forests, alpine meadows, and rocky outcrops, providing potential overlap between the habitats of mountain lions and Eurasian lynx. The lynx prefers the forests and mountainous areas, while mountain lions might favor more open terrains. But they both occupy rugged, hilly areas that are rich in prey species. As with other regions, both mountain lions and lynx would target deer, wild boar, and smaller mammals. However, in some regions of Northern Europe, wild boar populations may be dense, providing abundant prey for both species. Competition for wild boar and deer could be intense, particularly in areas where food is limited. The The lynx is a solitary and opportunistic predator that often utilizes its agility to hunt in dense forest cover, where its climbing ability also helps it store prey away from scavengers. Mountain lions, being larger and more powerful, use ambush techniques and can take larger prey. The larger size of the mountain lion could give it an advantage in competing for larger herbivores like wild boar. Both species could coexist if prey availability remains high and ecological niches are sufficiently distinct. The lynx would likely stick to denser forested areas, while the mountain lion would use more open terrain and possibly higher altitudes. Their competition might be mitigated by their different hunting techniques, with lynx focusing more on smaller prey and mountain lions targeting larger herbivores. Key takeaways on the interaction between mountain lions and Eurasian lynx. Territorial competition. Both species are solitary and territorial. Direct competition could arise in regions with limited prey, but spatial segregation and habitat differences could reduce this competition. Niche differentiation. Mountain lions tend to prefer open terrain and larger prey, while lynx focus on smaller prey in dense forests and rely on their ability to climb trees. This behavioral difference could allow the two species to coexist in overlapping habitats. Prey availability. Both species target similar prey such as deer and wild boar, but the mountain lion's ability to hunt larger prey could provide an ecological balance by reducing competition for smaller herbivores. Coexistence strategies. Effective conservation strategies could help both species coexist in regions where their habitats overlap. These strategies would focus on preserving large, intact landscapes with abundant prey, reducing human-wildlife conflict, and ensuring that both predators have access to sufficient resources. In conclusion, the interaction between American mountain lions and Eurasian lynx in Europe and Asia would depend on various ecological factors. While competition for prey could occur, their differing ecological niches and hunting strategies may allow them to coexist in certain regions, particularly if prey populations are abundant and habitats are preserved. The interaction between American mountain lions, Puma concolor, and tigers, Panthera tigris, in regions like Siberia and India would be highly complex due to the significant ecological, behavioral, and environmental differences between these two apex predators. American mountain lions and tigers occupy somewhat different ecological niches, and the likelihood of direct competition would depend on the overlap of their habitats, prey availability, and their individual hunting styles. Let's explore how their interaction could play out in these regions. The Siberian tiger, Panthera tigris altaica, is found in the forested regions of the Russian Far East, particularly in the Russian Far East and parts of northeastern China. This tiger subspecies is adapted to the cold, dense forests and mountainous regions where it hunts large herbivores such as roe deer, sika deer, wild boar, and, on occasion, larger prey like elk or Siberian musk deer. Interaction dynamics in Siberia. The habitat of Siberian tigers is typically dense forests, taiga, and rugged mountain areas. Mountain lions, on the other hand, are highly adaptable and occupy a range of habitats, including forests, mountains, and rocky terrains. However, their primary habitat preference is more varied and includes a mix of open spaces and areas with rocky terrain. The potential for overlap would be more likely in forested or hilly regions, especially where prey species like roe deer and wild boar are abundant. Siberian tigers prey on large herbivores such as roe deer, red deer, wild boar, and occasionally larger animals like elk. Mountain lions also target similar prey, particularly deer and wild boar, but they are capable of hunting larger prey, including elk, bighorn sheep, and even moose. In areas with overlapping prey species, competition could arise. However, Siberian tigers, being larger and more powerful predators, are more likely to take the largest prey, while mountain lions would primarily target medium-sized animals. Siberian tigers are solitary and typically ambush their prey from cover, using their strength and stealth to stalk through dense vegetation. They are also known for their ability to drag large prey into trees or dense brush to protect their kill. Mountain lions, although also solitary, are more versatile in their hunting methods and can both stalk and ambush prey, often relying on their agility to chase down animals over a wide area. Mountain lions are also skilled climbers but do not have the same physical capacity to drag and hoist prey into trees like tigers do. The direct competition between mountain lions and Siberian tigers would likely be minimal due to the significant size difference. Siberian tigers, being larger and more powerful, would dominate in any direct confrontation. Mountain lions might avoid tigers if they are in the same vicinity, possibly by avoiding tiger territory or focusing on smaller prey that tigers might not target. Given the difference in size and strength, Siberian tigers would likely dominate territories and prey that overlap with mountain lions. However, in areas where prey is abundant and terrain features, such as high-altitude areas or dense forests, offer opportunities for both species, they could avoid direct competition by targeting different prey or using different parts of the habitat. Coexistence would require ample prey populations and careful niche partitioning. Bengal tigers, Panthera tigris, are found throughout the Indian subcontinent in a variety of habitats, from the dense tropical forests of Sundarbans to the dry, grassy plains and foothills of the Himalayas. The presence of tigers in these regions is more widespread compared to Siberian tigers, and they often live in areas with high human population density. Potential interaction dynamics in India. In India, the tiger's range is more diverse, encompassing a variety of ecosystems. Bengal tigers inhabit dense forests, grasslands, and even some semi-arid regions. While American mountain lions are found in forests, grasslands, and deserts, they tend to avoid dense tropical areas due to the high levels of competition and dense vegetation. Mountain lions might be less likely to move into the dense tropical forests where Bengal tigers typically reside. Bengal tigers prey on a variety of animals, including deer, chital, sambar, and muntjac, wild boar, and even larger animals such as water buffalo and gaur, Indian bison. Mountain lions also hunt deer, wild boar, and smaller mammals, but their size and strength generally restrict them to smaller to medium-sized prey. In India, the overlap in prey species could lead to some competition, especially in areas with abundant deer or wild boar populations. However, tigers are much more powerful, and they dominate in direct competition for larger herbivores, particularly gaur or buffalo. Competition for food between tigers and mountain lions in India is likely to be more intense compared to Siberia due to the higher density of prey species and the higher competition for those resources. While the Bengal tiger is a superior predator and larger than the mountain lion, the latter is more nimble and capable of hunting smaller prey or adapting to different food sources. As a result, mountain lions might focus on areas where they can find smaller or less defended prey, avoiding direct confrontation with the tigers. Bengal tigers are solitary hunters and are territorial, typically preferring areas with dense cover and water sources. They use stalking techniques and ambush their prey, relying on stealth and power. Mountain lions also use stalking tactics but are more agile and able to cover large distances. They are also highly adaptable in a variety of environments, including mountainous regions where tigers are less likely to operate. It is unlikely that mountain lions and Bengal tigers would coexist in the same territory in India due to the density of tiger populations and the overlap in prey species. Mountain lions would likely avoid areas where tigers are present. And in regions with both species, mountain lions might stick to more open or mountainous terrains where tigers are less effective hunters. If both species did come into contact, the mountain lion would likely avoid direct interaction with the tiger.
The Land of the Leopard National Park is located in the Russian Far East, a diverse and expansive landscape characterized by dense forests, wetlands, mountains, and grasslands. This park is home to some of the most iconic wildlife species of the region, including the critically endangered Amur leopard and the majestic Siberian tiger. It is also a crucial habitat for other species such as brown bears, Asiatic black bears, wolves, and various deer species. As the first light filters through the canopy of tall, ancient trees, a young male American mountain lion, recently reintroduced into the park, prowls quietly along the forest edge. He is unfamiliar with the terrain but guided by instinct, moving stealthily through the dense underbrush. His sleek, tawny coat blends seamlessly with the forest floor, making him nearly invisible to the early morning predators and prey alike. His muscles ripple as he silently navigates the forest, his sharp eyes scanning for movement. The forest is a world he is beginning to understand, a world that feels strange yet familiar. The mountain lion's rewilding is part of an ambitious effort to restore ecological balance. Although his ancestors once roamed in North America, this new world is different. He faces not only the challenge of adapting to the wilds of Russia, but also the intricacies of competing with established apex predators in this land, particularly the Siberian tiger. Not far from where the American mountain lion prowls, a Siberian tiger begins her morning patrol. She is the dominant predator in this landscape, with her powerful frame and keen hunting skills. Her amber eyes scan the horizon as she walks along the snow, paws leaving deep impressions in the powdery ground. The Siberian tiger's territory is vast, and she has long been the apex predator in these woods. She stops to sniff the air, detecting unfamiliar scents. The presence of an unfamiliar mountain lion hangs in the air, stirring curiosity, but also caution. A low growl escapes her throat. She knows the land is already home to predators like the Eurasian lynx, wolves, and brown bears. But a mountain lion, especially one as large and skilled as the American species, could be a threat. Though larger and more powerful, the Siberian tiger recognizes the mountain lion's agility and strength, especially in the dense underbrush where ambush hunting is key. Elsewhere, a female Amur leopard moves quietly through the dense brush, her golden coat dappled with spots blending perfectly into her surroundings. She is agile, a skilled hunter, and has carved out her own niche in this harsh landscape. However, she has witnessed the reintroduction of the mountain lion from a distance, curious but cautious. Though smaller than the tiger, the Amur leopard is still a formidable predator in her own right. She knows that the landscape cannot support an overabundance of apex predators, and the arrival of a new competitor might create a shift in the balance of power. The forest also holds brown bears, who awake from their dens as the temperatures warm. These bears have long ruled the food chain with their omnivorous diet, foraging for berries, roots, and smaller mammals, but they are also powerful hunters when necessary. Their movements create rustles in the underbrush as they head toward a nearby stream, a place where the sika deer and red deer gather to drink. The sika deer are still in their breeding season, and the males display their antlers in a show of strength. The elk and moose, larger herbivores, are scattered throughout the park, grazing peacefully in the meadows. The mountain lion, unfamiliar with these deer species but drawn to their scent, creeps closer. Its sharp instincts recognize the soft underbellies of the animals as easy targets. However, just as the mountain lion prepares to spring, a brown bear appears on the horizon, its heavy steps crunching the snow. The deer scatter in alarm, and the mountain lion retreats into the shadows, understanding that the bear would have no trouble claiming the deer for itself. In the competition for resources, the mountain lion knows its agility and stealth are its greatest assets. Wolves hunt in packs and often roam these vast wildernesses, keeping to the shadows of the forest. Their howls echo in the distance, signifying their presence as they chase after smaller prey like sable or musk deer. The rewilding of the mountain lions has added a new layer of tension to the wolves' territory. Wolves are social hunters and typically work together to take down larger prey, but a lone predator like the mountain lion is a wild card. The wolves are cautious, knowing that the mountain lion can strike without warning and that it does not operate by the same social rules as they do. Above them, a golden eagle soars in the crisp morning sky. With its keen eyes, it scans the ground for any sign of movement. Its target is small, perhaps a red-crowned crane feeding near the wetlands, but the eagle's sharp talons and fast dive make it one of the most efficient hunters in the park. As the sun climbs higher and the morning progresses, the park's delicate web of life continues to unfold. The sika deer, elk, and moose are aware of the presence of predators, but they have adapted over generations to navigate the dangers of the forest. The brown bears move through the forest, claiming their space, while the wolves prepare for their next hunt. The Siberian tiger maintains its dominance over the land, though the mountain lion's presence stirs new dynamics. The Amur leopard, smaller and more elusive, watches from the shadows, assessing the new predator's behavior. The rewilding of the American mountain lion introduces a new challenge for the ecosystem, one that will take time to understand. As these powerful predators carve out their places, competition will intensify, but nature will find a balance over time. The mountain lion's presence in the park serves as both a challenge and a new opportunity for the species already living here. The fate of the land's balance now depends on the interactions between these magnificent creatures and their ability to coexist in a world that is both ancient and evolving. Conclusion. In this new world of rewilding, the interactions between the American mountain lions and the existing apex predators, such as the Siberian tiger and Amur leopard, are a story of adaptation, competition, and survival. The landscape, already rich with life, will continue to shift as the American mountain lions find their niche in this diverse ecosystem. As the seasons change and the park's animals continue to grow and learn from one another, the morning air will hold the promise of new challenges and the ever-present dance of predator and prey. The sun is high in the sky, casting a warm golden light over the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve in southern India. The lush greenery of the Western Ghats stretches as far as the eye can see, crisscrossed by misty rivers and winding trails. This biodiverse haven is home to an array of species, some rare, some elusive, but all integral to the intricate balance of nature. Among the forest's residents are Bengal tigers, Indian leopards, and a host of herbivores, primates, and smaller creatures. But now, a new presence lingers in the heart of the reserve, an American mountain lion, Puma concolor, reintroduced to replace the extinct Eurasian mountain lion, Puma pardoides. The mountain lion's adaptation to this diverse environment presents an intriguing challenge to the delicate food web of the Nilgiris. As noon approaches, the landscape comes alive with activity, and the mountain lions begin to make their mark on this complex ecosystem. A young male American mountain lion, a recent arrival to the reserve, prowls the shadows of the thick forest, his sleek tawny coat barely visible as he glides silently through the underbrush. His powerful limbs carry him over the rocky ground as he navigates the terrain, an expert predator in a new world. He sniffs the air, detecting the scent of a cheetal deer nearby. His instincts kick in. The mountain lion is agile, skilled in stalking and ambushing prey. He moves slowly, cautiously, closing in on the unsuspecting deer. But before he can make his move, a dhole pack, wild dogs that roam the reserve in search of prey, howls in the distance, causing the cheetal to bolt. The mountain lion freezes, observing the dhole pack from the safety of the dense foliage. He knows that the dhole, while smaller than him, are social hunters. Their coordinated approach might disrupt his hunt. The mountain lion remains still, waiting for the moment to pass. Not far from the scene, a Bengal tiger, the undisputed apex predator in the Nilgiris, takes a leisurely stroll along the forest's edge. Her majestic orange coat gleams in the sun as she pauses, sensing something unusual. The presence of the mountain lion, still an unfamiliar species to her, doesn't go unnoticed. The tiger's sharp senses detect the subtle scent of the American mountain lion in the air. Though she is larger and more powerful, the Bengal tiger doesn't immediately confront the mountain lion. She has seen newcomers enter her territory before, but this is different. The mountain lion's movements are faster, more elusive, and it seems capable of surviving in a way that could challenge her dominance. With a low growl, the tiger marks her territory and moves deeper into the forest, keeping a wary eye on the unknown predator. Meanwhile, a solitary Indian leopard, another big cat of the reserve, is cautiously watching from the shadows. Smaller than both the tiger and mountain lion, the leopard's adaptability has allowed it to thrive in the reserve, often hunting in the early mornings and late evenings. The leopard watches the mountain lion with curiosity but remains distant. He knows the balance of power between the species is delicate. The mountain lion's presence might affect his own hunting grounds, but the leopard is agile and can move to more remote areas if needed. Though the Indian leopard doesn't challenge the mountain lion outright, he begins to stalk an Indian boar nearby, knowing the large male boar could be an easier target for him than a deer or an antelope. The boar, wary of predators, scurries deeper into the thicket, unaware of both predators hunting in the same area. The noon sun continues to climb higher, and the forest is alive with activity. Chital deer, gaur, and sambar deer graze in the open meadows, carefully watching for any signs of predators. Nilgiri tahr, a species endemic to the region, scales the steep slopes of the hills, their sharp hooves helping them navigate the rugged terrain. The black buck, with its distinctive spiral horns, darts between the trees, alert and nervous. The Nilgiri langur and lion-tailed macaque monkeys play in the trees, their chattering voices echoing through the forest as they leap between branches. The bonnet macaques scurry on the forest floor, searching for food but constantly keeping a lookout for larger predators. From a high vantage point, the golden jackals move stealthily through the underbrush, searching for smaller prey. Their keen noses catch the scent of the American mountain lion, but they keep their distance. Though jackals are opportunistic scavengers, they know better than to challenge a predator of such size and skill. They wait patiently, hoping for the mountain lion to leave behind scraps from a successful hunt. The sloth bear, with its shaggy coat, emerges from its den, groggy and ready to forage for insects and fruit. It notices the Indian boar, rooting around in the undergrowth, oblivious to the predators lurking nearby. The sloth bear, surprisingly agile for its bulk, begins to move toward the boar, but just as it draws near, a Malabar giant squirrel leaps from a nearby tree, catching the boar's attention. The boar snorts and bounds away, avoiding both the mountain lion and the bear in the process. Above the scene, the lion-tailed macaques chatter excitedly as they swing from tree to tree, unbothered by the large predators below. The Indian grey mongoose, always alert, scans the ground for potential threats. The Indian pangolin quietly digs into the earth, seeking ants, unaware of the predatory activities around it. As the mountain lion moves deeper into the reserve, he passes by a cluster of painted bats, hanging in the shadows. They flutter nervously at the movement, yet remain in place, continuing their hunt for insects. The landscape is filled with layers of life, each species adapting to its environment, all while the ecosystem shifts to accommodate the new apex predator. A herd of Asian elephants emerges from the dense forest, their massive forms cutting through the trees. They graze peacefully, their large bodies barely affected by the presence of the smaller predators. The elephant's natural dominance in the ecosystem provides a sense of security to the surrounding creatures. However, their movement through the reserve does disrupt the smaller creatures' feeding patterns, including that of the mountain lion. The American mountain lion, unfamiliar with the large herbivores, watches cautiously from a distance, knowing it is not a good time to hunt in the open. As the sun reaches its zenith, the interactions between species continue to unfold in the Nilgiri Biosphere Reserve. The American mountain lion silently navigates this complex world, learning the rules of survival among the Bengal tiger, the Indian leopard, and the other creatures of the land. Its arrival has brought a new element of challenge to the ecosystem, one that will take time to balance. The tension between predators is palpable, but for now, the forest continues to thrive, its layers of life interwoven in a delicate harmony. The next chapter for the mountain lion and the ecosystem will unfold slowly as the creatures of the Nilgiris adjust to the presence of this new predator. The mountain lion, powerful and elusive, will have to earn its place in the food chain, navigating competition, territory, and the intricate relationships that define the rich biodiversity of this magical land.